Once again, you already know what it is, and you already know where you have reached the number one professional wrestling podcast in all of combat sports. This is Hubbard Wrestling Weekly presents HUBBanomics right here on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly on YouTube. Really happy to have you guys here with me today. Definitely want to give a shout out to everybody who's coming home from work, enjoying their day. Hope you guys are having a blessed one, man. Big shout out to all the viewers, all those who, are on their way to the stream. Hope you guys are having a good one, and let's get into this thing and have a little bit of fun, man. So first and foremost, the title of the show for this particular episode of HUBBanomics, presented by HubbWWeekly.com, HWWeekly.com, and Hubbard Wrestling Weekly on YouTube. There's some dynamics that some people were not really understanding. I wanted to give some clarification about underutilized or hidden gems. I think that we can all agree that there are certain people in the professional wrestling world who are underutilized. And I think that there are certain people in the world of professional wrestling that need or should have had a long time ago an opportunity to really show what they can do on a higher level than what they currently are. I have a handful of people that are picked out right now from both organizations, both major American-based professional organizations, that being All Elite Wrestling, aka AEW, and of course World Wrestling Entertainment, also known as the WWE. We all know that I've been very critical of World Wrestling Entertainment for quite some time, so anything that I might say about them, we already know what it is, man. We already know that I do have some very strong feelings about how they promote their product. That being said, I didn't want it to be a situation that came across like hate. I just wanted to kind of make it more of an open forum for people to kind of have a chance to discuss the product and understand that at the end of the day, there are some key factors in what makes a star in the world of professional wrestling. Some people are stars, and some people need to be made into stars. I think it's the professional wrestling organization and its decision makers' job to see a star before they become one. Everybody's not going to be a star from the beginning. You have to see something in someone in order to understand that they have star qualities. Some people's star qualities jump off the page. Some you have to have a little bit of time to understand how they are going to get to where they're going to be. However, at the end of the day, sometimes there's going to be an opportunity to have it fall directly in your lap. The Rock, for instance, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He fell right into WWE's lap because of his, family ties to High Chief Peter Maivia and Rocky Johnson. However, The Rock was not a star from the beginning. The Rock was actually a pretty annoying character when he first came into the business, from his debut in 1996 at the Survivor Series all the way through his Intercontinental Championship reign that lasted through WrestleMania. It was a situation that needed to be cultivated. That clay needed to be molded into something stronger, better, and more palpable for the fans to actually get behind him. Now, The Rock ended up having a little bit of a happy accident in getting slightly injured that put him out of action for a couple of months. He decided to come back as a heel, join the Nation of Domination, cut that promo about, hey, The Rock's a lot of things, but sucks isn't one of them. And the rest is history, right? Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin was not supposed to win the 1996 King of the Ring. Had he not won the 1996 King of the Ring, who knows what his career trajectory would have turned out to be, right? But Triple H ended up getting himself in trouble along with the rest of the clique in Madison Square Garden earlier that year. At the end of the day, you had that situation that took place where Stone Cold Steve Austin, was walking backstage. Vince McMahon calls out, said, "Hey, Steve, you're going to win the King of the Ring." That was supposed to be Triple H's moment. We all know Triple H got his moment the following year, but had Stone Cold Steve Austin not won the King of the Ring in 1996, there's no guarantee he would have won it in 1997. There's no guarantee he would have faced Jake the Snake Roberts in the finals. There's no guarantee that Jake the Snake Roberts would have cut a religious promo, and there's no guarantee that we would have got Austin 316, which ended up skyrocketing Steve Austin's career. So sometimes these things happen, and sometimes they think these things happen to you. Ric Flair was a superstar from the beginning. Obviously, he wasn't the Ric Flair that we knew from the beginning as it relates to like his look, but Ric Flair always had that drive. Ric Flair was a United States champion in 1977. We all knew that Ric Flair was going to be a superstar. However, back then, it wasn't completely known. He had to change his look a little bit, but Ric Flair always had the star power. Obviously, Hulk Hogan in the AWA days was a star. Regardless of personal opinion about his personal life, we're talking strictly wrestling right now. Hogan was a star in the AWA. Hogan was a star in the movie. So by the time he got back to WWE or the WWF in 1984, it was a foregone conclusion. Hey, what I'm going to do as Vince McMahon, the owner of WWF, I'm going to have the Iron Sheik defeat Bob Backlund for the title and then transition it a month later to Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan's going to be my star for the foreseeable future. History plays out. Hogan's the biggest star in the 80s and 90s, right? So at the end of the day, right, there are certain things that just happen, certain stars that can be made. Nobody saw the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian being mega stars, but you know what? When you put a ladder and tables and chairs in a ring and you have people do amazing things, that turns you into a star. Now you have Jeff Hardy, former world champion, Matt Hardy, former world champion, Bubba Ray, former world champion, Edge and Christian, former world champion. So these things are what we're talking about today. Hidden gems in the world of professional wrestling. Hidden gems in AEW and WWE. Let's give a shout out to the chat, man. People here. Sir Quill's always loyal. Appreciate you being here, my brother. He says, what's going on, Hubbs? Your boy Sir Quills is here to enjoy you, bro. One of my favorite bros, the great Sean Hubbard, for another edition of HUBBanomics, hashtag HWW, hashtag HUBBanomics. God bless you, Quills. I certainly appreciate you being here, man. It means a lot. Jasim is in the building. He says hi. Appreciate you being here, my guy. And Emleezy for Sheezy, I appreciate you, my brother, in the building. He says hi, good afternoon. Hope everyone had a good Thursday. Same to you, my friend. So let's get right into this, man. We want to talk about hidden gems and underutilized talent in the world of professional wrestling. And I want to get this thing started off with, I think, a very, very obvious one if you're paying attention to the world of professional wrestling, especially right now in NXT. And I'm talking about the one and only Jada Parker. Jada Parker, this woman, former volleyball star, turned professional wrestler. This woman has the it factor, man. She has the look. She has the athletic ability. She has the promo skills. She has the intelligence in the ring. She is a phenomenal superstar. I don't know exactly what WWE is waiting for as it relates to putting her in an NXT championship situation. I honestly thought that Jada Parker would win the number one contendership at Heatwave this past Sunday. That was not the case. It turned out that they wanted Lola Vice to have that opportunity. I do not see Lola Vice defeating JC Jane for the title at No Mercy, but at Heatwave, Lola Vice did become the next number one contender. Now, you could say that Lola Vice is a hidden gem. You could say Lola Vice is an underutilized talent, right? But how can you say that after she now became the number one contender for the NXT championship? Unfortunately, you know, when you think about Jada Parker, like I said, the full package, in my opinion, has never been North American Women's Champion, has never been NXT Women's Champion. I'm not exactly sure what WWE, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, or whoever is making the decisions down there are waiting for. But Jada Parker, as Emleezy for Sheezy says, is long overdue. Her time should have come, and I hope it comes pretty darn soon. I don't know what they're waiting for, but unfortunately, this woman has not become a championship contender as of yet. Yes, she has been in matches where she's had an opportunity to win championships as it relates to being like in a fatal four-way or a scramble match, but I'm talking about her having a one-on-one opportunity. When she was in the triple threat at Heatwave this past Sunday, she should have won that match. She should be on her way to No Mercy. She should be on her way to her first championship. I hope it happens soon. It will not be happening at No Mercy, but I certainly hope that it happens soon. WWE, I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they're waiting for. Sir Quill says before she became the man, Becky Lynch could qualify as a hidden gem because even though she's part of the Four Horsemen women, she was an afterthought in NXT and partially on the main roster. That's a good assessment on your part, brother. Very smart on your part, my friend, the one and only Sir Quills. Welcome to the chat, Deanna. She says, you mean before Nia broke Becky's face? True. In response to Sir Quill's comment about Becky Lynch, yes, she was on. Look, let's do a little history lesson since we brought it up. Shout out to Deanna. Shout out to Sir Quills. This is why I have the best chat in the world, man. Check this out. Becky Lynch back in that time was on her way to go champion versus champion against Ronda Rousey. Now, my question to you is, guys, would Becky Lynch had still been, I guess, thrusted into the main event spotlight had she not had her face broken by Nia? By the way, Nia and her in-ring, I guess you could say botches are of legend, and I mean that in a bad way. She really needs to get herself together. No shade, just being honest. Nia Jax is a talented person, very talented, beautiful, smart in the ring, but she needs to tighten up when it comes to those botches. But I digress. So had her not been punched in the face and had her nose broken face, had her nose broken, would the match with Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series had been as good as it turned out to be with the triple threat at WrestleMania? Would WrestleMania have even happened? You got to think about it. If Becky Lynch faces Ronda Rousey at the Survivor Series, are we going to end up having Ronda Rousey and Charlotte and Becky at WrestleMania 35? I don't think so. So again, an accident that looked to be the worst thing in the world turned out probably to be the best thing that ever happened to Becky Lynch in her career. Quill says, Jada Parker has been long overdue to become a women's champion. That's a fact, brother. That's a fact. Emily Z. Fashizi says, Becky was over, but that Nia Jax punch gave her, Becky, her own personal WrestleMania 13 moment with the blood like Stone Cold. I like that analogy, my brother. I like that analogy a lot, which leads me to my next hidden gem, a.k.a. underutilized talent. You guys are going to think I'm bugging for this one, bro. You're going to think I'm bugging for this one. But I'm going to give y'all one that I know nobody thinks they're going to see coming. Sean, what are you talking about? Sean, what are you talking about? Swerve Strickland is a former world champion. I'm not talking about Swerve Strickland. I'm talking about Prince Nana. Now, I'm going to put myself back on camera so I can explain this, guys. Why is someone who is so talented only managing one person? Think about that. Why is someone who is so talented, so charismatic, so entertaining as Prince Nana is only managing one person? It blows my mind. It blows my mind that Prince Nana, who arguably is the most fun part of each and every episode of Dynamite or Collision or the pay-per-view, is only managing one person. I mean, are we saying now that Swerve Strickland is injured, get well soon, Swerve Strickland? Are we saying now that Prince Nana's not going to be on television? Is that what we're saying? Because that makes no sense whatsoever. That makes no sense whatsoever. I'm going to take you guys back in time. The name is Bobby the Brain Heenan. Let me ask you guys a question. Did Bobby the Brain Heenan just manage Andre the Giant? No. He managed, over the course of years, he managed Andre the Giant. He managed the Brainbusters, Mr. Perfect, Ravishing Rick Rude, the Red Rooster, the Brooklyn Brawler, Haku and the Barbarian. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Bobby the Brain Heenan had a family of who's who superstars. Why in the world would Prince Nana, why in the world would this guy, who is as charismatic as anybody in the business, why in the world would he only be managing one person? That makes no sense, bro. Makes no sense. And are we really not going to act like we don't understand, ladies and gentlemen, that having the right manager can make your career? Aren't there people in AEW that you can think of that could benefit from the services of a Prince Nana? I say yes. I say unequivocally yes. So, yes, even though it's a little bit of an unorthodox pick, I'm considering Prince Nana, as great as he is, an underutilized talent. 100%. An underutilized talent because he should be doing more. He should be doing more. I want Prince Nana on my TV 3 times a night, and I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not even exaggerating. I mean, that's just the bottom line, bro. Prince Nana is that guy. Prince Nana is that good. Quill says to Deanna, true story, but also alongside with that, it was also her match with Charlotte, talking about Becky Lynch, y'all. When Flair won SmackDown's Women's Championship at SummerSlam, causing Becky to turn. And, of course, Deanna agrees. Conrad Cushman in the building. What's up, my brother? My tag team partner, Clash of the Podcast, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time, each and every Monday night. Shout out to him and my guy, Derek. Also had a great show last night reviewing AEW Dynamite, as they do every Wednesday night. Oh, my boy's in the building, man. Appreciate you being here, Jesse, the one and only Jesse from Pro Wrestling Shoot. Welcome to the show, my brother. I appreciate you being here, man. I was thinking about you the other day, my brother. We got to do some work together pretty soon, man. Appreciate you, my brother. Deanna says, Nana needs more talent. We could have Stokely's guys versus Nana's. That sounds like quality television. Quill's giving a shout out to Conrad. Appreciate that. Joel, our great friend of the show. Joel's in the building. He says, Sean, what's up? Appreciate you being here. Big sup from Conrad in the building, getting ready for Fourth Rope show tonight. No doubt. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Hope you and the wife have a good time, my brother. Emily Zivashisi agrees that Nana should have more people with him, more talent working with him. He also says, but freaking Don Callis has half the roster. Exactly. And that's another thing. Don Callis, to me, is I don't like him. There's heels, and then there's like, he's corny to me, bro. Deanna says that Hobbs could be somebody that's with Prince Nana. I agree, especially considering the babyface turn he's got. Sir Quill says everything pro wrestling. That's what's up, bro. When's that going down? I believe it's tonight, bro. Conrad says people have the tendency to rank the faction. That could be tough too. Well said. Conrad says Nana had GOA and Cage as well. Well, okay, that's what he doesn't have them now. I'm just trying to see what's going on. Emily Z says, Conrad, hope you have fun tonight. I agree. The one and only Quill says Pro Wrestling Shoot, giving him a shout out. Appreciate that to Jesse in the building. Let's go back to the rundown, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. So we got Prince Nana from AEW. Obviously, the elephant in the room, the wonderful, talented, beautiful, one and only Jada Parker from NXT. I'm about to blow y'all away again, right? No, you know what? I'm going to save this one. I'm going to give you one that's pretty obvious first. And this one is super obvious. Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes should have been the United States champion, bro. This tag team with The Miz, I know it's supposed to be setting a stage for him to turn on The Miz, but at the end of the day, what exactly is that going to lead to? It's going to lead to a match between The Miz and Carmelo Hayes. Does anybody want to see The Miz versus Carmelo Hayes? I couldn't care less. I want to see The Miz doing his comedic shtick like he always does, and I want to see Carmelo Hayes challenging for championships. Carmelo Hayes was the most charismatic over professional wrestler in NXT during the time he was there. He's done nothing since being on the main roster. Absolutely nothing. And it's not his fault because Carmelo is him. Carmelo is a super talented guy. Carmelo is someone that you could put the company on their back. Carmelo, more than somebody like Braun Breaker, give me a freaking break. Braun Breaker's the future, but Carmelo Hayes is not. That's just stupid. So at the end of the day, why is this guy not in better situations? Why is this guy not in better opportunities to be more of a main event star? I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. So at the end of the day, man, I don't get it. But I know that Carmelo Hayes should be in a more prominent position on SmackDown. Let's get your thoughts on the matter. So Carmelo Hayes, to me, Deanna says Carmelo was him. Oh, wow. Past tense. Emily Z says Carmelo so wasted. Facts. Deanna says at least Carmelo didn't end up in suspenders and a helmet. Oh, my. Deanna, I hear you, though. I hear you. Jacine, he says, I'm happy we got TNA Championship home, the Knockout World Champion, and now I can't wait to see the World Champion come home to TNA where it belongs and not the outsiders' hands because we are. Listen, we can talk about that for a second. I'm cool with the TNA Knockout Championship coming home, but I'm certainly not cool with it going to Dana Brooke. There's a lot more deserving people that could have been the women's champion than Dana Brooke, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Conrad says, sorry, I'm getting blitz, LOL, but I meant how much shine would you get if you are the other guys, etc. It's all about how you handle it. Fair enough. Sir Quill says, Carmelo Hayes now is just an afterthought on the main roster. He has no business being with all the people like The Miz. It makes no sense. Melo has star power written all over him, and it's been proven. It's been proven, too, that WWE doesn't know how to take care of good, proper talent. And at the end of the day, Melo is money. But at the end of the day, also, WWE fumbles. WWE fumbles more than somebody with greased arms, bro. WWE fumbles more than somebody with greased arms in a rainstorm with sleet coming down and plastic in their arms. That's how much WWE fumbles all the time, bro. And right now they're currently fumbling Carmelo Hayes. Point blank period. Completely fumbling Carmelo Hayes. Now, I'm gonna give you guys a surprise one. You guys are gonna think I'm bugging right now, but just hear me out. The Gun Club. I am a person. Let me explain. I'm a person that believes that aura and charisma and energy can make a difference in someone's career. You don't believe me? Think about main event Jey Uso. Think about his entrance. Think about his energy. Think about his aura. Think about his charisma. Jey Uso's a perfect example. Think real hard about the Gun Club. Before you scoff at this, before you poo-poo this, think real hard about the Gun Club. Was their tag team entrance not one of the best in all of wrestling? Are they not super athletic? Are they not funny? Are they not at least middle of the road to a little bit better as it relates to their wrestling ability? All the answers to those questions are yes. So why are they not on TV as much? Now, I know they just came back from a little bit of an absence, but I'm saying at the end of the day, this team has crazy potential. These are the sons of Billy Gunn. They are super talented, bro. Super athletic. I know they've been injured. I know they've had some situations that have set them back. But now that they're back, because they are back, internally we know that they are back, I want them on my television, bro. I want them on my television. That entrance where they spit the water and do the gun thing, it's awesome, man. So I consider the Gun Club hidden gems. I don't know what you guys think, but that's what I'm rolling with, man. Next up on the list, another obvious one. Yo, listen, man. And this is twofold. This is twofold, guys. Now, you might say, how in the world is Bianca Belair a hidden gem? How in the world is Bianca Belair underutilized? Bianca Belair, when she comes back from injury, she better be a heel. And that's on everything I love, bro. She better be a heel. I love Bianca. I love that the fans dance along with her music and have a good time and bug out and all that good stuff. And I'm on my own against the wall. I love all that. I love all that. But at the end of the day, when Bianca was undefeated on NXT, she was awesome. That woman, for as amazing as she's been, amazing. In my opinion, she already has a Hall of Fame career. You let her be her natural heel self on the main roster, I'm talking through the moon, bro. Through the moon. Yeah, Conrad, I had mentioned that about the Guns having an injury, but they're actually back internally. They're back on the roster, so that's what I'm talking about. We're gonna get into Montez in 1 second, M. Leezy. Sir Quill says, "Hey Hubbs, I have another female hidden gem who's been on TV but needs the proper push, getting consistent quality wins, and that woman is Queen." Yo, she's fire, bro. She is fire. Can't really pronounce her name. I need help with the pronunciation of her name. Don't judge me. But she is fire, bro. I agree with you completely. Jasim says, I can tell Seth Rollins' new faction going to break up pretty soon. I don't care about them. I see it happening too, but I don't want it to be because Braun Breaker is going to be thrusted into the main event. I'm so sick of Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker fans annoy me. I can't stand either one of them. Quills, in agreement with me, Bianca Belair coming back as a heel. Yes, please. It's beyond needed. I mean, that sounds like a good idea. You know what that means. I'm not exactly sure what's taking so long, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So hopefully we can finally get what we want around here when it comes to WWE. But back to them. Montez Ford now. Now, that's the obvious one. Bianca's like, how is Bianca a hidden gem? I think Bianca as a heel is a hidden gem. But Montez Ford is a hidden gem, period. And he's like a diamond, bro. He's like a diamond hiding in plain sight. We got a little taste of him as it relates. Pause. Oh, my God. That sounded terrible. Pause. We got a glimpse of him in the main event scene when he was going up into the Elimination Chamber a few years ago, but we haven't seen that since. I love the Street Profits. I love Dawkins. I love the whole team. But at the end of the day, Tez needs to be a main event star, man. He needs to be in the mix for a championship in the singles variety, bro. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. I mean, for me, I just don't understand. I just don't understand how Tez is not in the main event scene. Conrad says play. No, that was what I said was rough, bro. I had to take that back real quick. Deanna says Montez is that guy. They don't see it for some reason because they're dummies, Deanna. Because they're dummies. That's what I'm saying. Like WWE always is fumbling, bro. Always is fumbling. I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all, bro. But yes, Deanna, he is him. Mello, Taz, all these guys. Moving on. Now, you guys might be a little confused by this one. I'm not talking about Mercedes Moné. Okay, Mercedes Moné is 9 belts Moné. She is the number one female in AEW, in my opinion, not named Toni Storm. So at the end of the day, I'm not talking about Mercedes Moné. But I am talking about the woman in this picture with her. And the reason why I use this particular picture, The reason why I use this particular picture is because there is something that is glaring about this picture that really rubbed me the wrong way, and really a reason why I consider the woman standing along with Mercedes Moné in this picture is being underutilized. Now, talking about when they challenged each other for this match, Mercedes started doing the CEO dance, and Mina started going into this crazy like dance battle with Mercedes. Do you guys remember that? Let me know if you guys remember that. My question is, why? Why? She's one of the top wrestling talents in the world. Why are we dancing? Why are we having like this kind of like sexy? I mean, it was sexy, but why are we doing that? She's a phenomenal talent. She doesn't need all the bells and whistles, man. Just be you. Sir Quill says, Hubbs, would you classify Willow Nightingale as an underutilized talent, even though she's been TBS champion? She's still not seen as a main roster contender for the AEW championship when she's worthy. She's 100% worthy of being in the world championship picture. I think that one of the best things to happen to Willow Nightingale, Quills, and yes, to answer your question, she is a diamond in the rough, bro. She is a hidden gem. But my thing is this. She got a big break, and I say this with compassion, when Mercedes Moné hurt herself in their match for the New Japan Strong Championship. I think the consensus, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, I think the consensus was that she was not supposed to win that match, but she ended up winning the match because of injury. She became the New Japan Strong Champion, and she had a pretty good rivalry with people like Chris Statlander. Now, all of a sudden, she's back cool with Chris Statlander. We'll see how that plays out. But at the end of the day, I think it was cool, but I think that she has a lot more work to do. And when I say more work to do, she's a phenomenal talent on paper, but AEW has to put her in better positions to be successful, because this running in with, and reuniting with Chris Statlander was making me feel weird about that. This reunion with Chris Statlander that looks like it's on the horizon, that means they're going to be going back to doing the same stuff they were doing before. I like when Willow Nightingale has a little bit of a mean streak. You know what I'm saying? So Quills had an opinion about Bianca Belair. I thought I read it, but I'm going to run it back just in case, because I think I had some technical difficulty when I read it. Sir Quill says, if Bianca Belair comes back as a heel, the perfect story would be to go after Rhea Ripley, costing her a one-on-one match with Io Sky at WrestleMania, causing the crowd to boo her, and now the crowd has a reason why. Let me tell you how on the money you are, Quills. Unlike the crowd overseas for some reason booing Bianca for no reason, which made me very upset and had me thinking some crazy thoughts about, hey, why are they booing this girl for nothing? Wink, wink, hint, hint, because it was very upsetting to me, but we'll talk about that a different day. And Quills, I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yes, you want to boo Bianca Belair? Let's boo Bianca Belair for a reason. Let's get people mad around here. You know what I'm saying? Deanna, give Willow some. Who said that? I didn't say that. Give Willow some opportunities to be successful. Who said give Willow some? I didn't say that, Deanna. Oh my goodness. Deanna's freaking me out right now. But yeah, Quills, Willow Nightingale is that good. She just needs to be put in a better position. Jocelyn in the building. Thank you for being here. Jocelyn is trying to get Chris with the Death Riders. After he got her that 100K, it's slowly moving. Okay. Not bad. Welcome to the chat, Jocelyn. I'm about to wrap it up, but I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you so much for the support, man. So, yeah, this is the Hidden Gems episode, man. Listen, put in the chat, even after I sign off, put in the chat who you think are hidden gems or underutilized talents. Let's go over this a little bit more, and then we'll get out of here for tonight. Once again, man, got to give respect and admiration to Montez and Bianca. Obviously, barring some injury, the Gun Club, and to me, the diamond of all diamonds, the one and only Jada Parker. But I do want to get into something heavy with y'all. I know you thought I was about to sign off for the night. I'm not. Something really pissed me off. Really pissed me off. And I want you guys to bear with me on this. Um, you know, I don't like when talented people get made a fool of. Now, I know this is the hidden gem episode, but I am going to branch off into something slightly different, guys. So let's take this ride together. And I'm going to bring up a picture right now, and I'm going to talk about it right now. R-Truth, Ron Killings. Now, for those of you guys who didn't see this segment on last week's SmackDown, wow. Oh, I mean, just wow. So allegedly, R-Truth was scheduled to be in Dublin, but ended up going to Georgia instead because he misread the two Dublins, Dublin, Georgia compared to Dublin, Ireland, whatever. This is the same man who, quote unquote, found himself. He's Ron Killings again. He's not to be messed with. He's not to be made fun of. He's not to be disrespected. And they have the audacity to make it seem like this grown man, who we all thought had turned the corner and was no longer going to be acting like a blithering idiot. And I say no longer acting like a blithering idiot out of sadness. I have respect for Ron the Truth Killings. But when you are scheduled to have a match with Aleister Black, and the story is you got on the wrong plane to go to Dublin, Georgia, instead of Dublin, Ireland. That's the story, that you were foolish enough to get on the wrong plane to go to the wrong city. Is that really what we're doing? Is that quality television to you? Triple H, Bruce Pritchard, whoever else? So we're going right back to Little Jimmy. We're going right back to seeing people who are not there. We're going right back to calling Triple H Tommaso Ciampa, calling Tommaso Ciampa Triple H. We're going right back to all the stupid crap he was doing for all these years. We're going right back to that because he got on the wrong plane to go to the wrong city. I don't know, man. It disgusts me. It disgusts me. It disgusts me more. I mean, it disgusts me even more than anything we've talked about today. It disgusts me more than the obvious fact that Montez Ford should be a superstar. It disgusts me more than even seeing somebody like Jada Parker's talents be wasted. It disgusts me more than all of it. Than Carmelo Hayes, a clear superstar, being underutilized. It disgusts me even more than that because what WWE is doing is making a fool of this guy, a complete fool of this guy. And I'm not going to disrespect Ron Killings because we all have families to feed, but it's like, why are you allowing this to happen? Why is this cool? Again, the story's being told that you got on the wrong plane to go to the wrong city. It's right back to that old garbage that you used to do. That whole Ron Killings finding himself thing, cutting his hair. How long did it last? A couple of weeks? Now he's back to being an idiot again? Quill says, it is disgusting what they did to R-Truth. He's back to his buffoonery, delusional, coonish ways. It's beyond sickening so much for being Ron Killings. I guess he's no longer driving now. Why? Bro, exactly. Exactly. And who in their right mind thinks this is entertaining? It's pure foolishness. It's foolishness. Ron Killens, I hope you get yourself together, brother. Because at the end of the day, Triple H ain't going to do you right, especially if you keep allowing it to happen. Quills goes on to say, what's the purpose of bringing him back because of fan backlash, just to bring him back to his former self? Again, it lasted, what, like 2-3 weeks? Maybe a month of him acting like he had some sense? Deanna, speaking truth, is from a storyline perspective. She says John Cena found himself and Ron found himself, or did he? Well, the or did he part, I see what you did there, Deanna, and I appreciate that. Yeah, if you stop it before the or did he, that's the WWE story they're telling. John Cena found himself and Ron found himself. But the or did he part that Deanna added to it, that's the part that I'm rocking with, because he didn't find himself at all. He's humiliating himself all over again. All over again. And WWE is doing it. Again, I can't even talk. The wrong plane. Sorry, guys. Sorry that, I wish I could be there in Dublin, Ireland, but I made a mistake and I went to Dublin, Georgia. What? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that somebody can write that on a piece of paper and think that's entertaining. But maybe that's just me. So with that being said, guys, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being here. Deanna, Sir Quills, Emleezy Fashizi, Jocelyn, Conrad, of course. Appreciate you being here, brother. The one and only Jesse from Pro Wrestling Shoot. Justine being in the building. I appreciate it greatly, man. You guys are super duper awesome, man. I appreciate you guys and the support. Of course, my boy Sir, I'm gonna say Sir Quills again. Appreciate you, my boy. Joel in the building. Listen, guys, I want to thank you guys for being here. It's been another great episode of HUBBanomics. We try to keep it under an hour, man. So because we want you guys to have a good night and have some fun in your own situation. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna let you guys go, but I appreciate it. Hit me up on the social media. Let me know what other content you want me to tackle, man, because I got a lot of stuff in my head, but I want to make sure I'm giving you some stuff that the people want. So once again, man, my name is Sean. This is Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, HUBBanomics. And as always, man, God bless, be encouraged, evil never prevails. See you on Monday, Clash of the Podcast. You already know what it is, man. God bless. And thanks for riding with me through the technical difficulty. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate y'all. God bless you.